Nothing like a waterfront property in Arizona, right? So I'm inspecting this townhome right over here to this side. We've got a lot of moisture. We're not used to seeing this in Arizona, so you're gonna have some settlement over here. It's typically what we see when we see a lot of moisture around a home. But one thing that was tipping me off to the moisture today was this little horizontal crack back there, starting at the foundation. Nothing major, but we definitely have a little bit of cracking over there. And you can see the irrigation, and the water goes over this area quite a bit more, so it's wearing out a lot of this concrete. We're seeing some of that spalling and efflorescence come through all the concrete. Same thing with out here. You can see some of that's just eating away. It's just excessive moisture, whether it be from moisture sucking up from the lake, pond, or just irrigation. One of the two is causing that damage. Now these railings over here are nice and solid. The railings on this side are fairly loose. That's likely because of some settlement at this area. You can see on that go-between wall there that we've had some movement. See that cracking? You can see all that shifting, pulling away from the home. So it's just telling me everything wants to go like this. So this has likely done the same thing. Settled just a little bit, loosened up those bolts. We can see some cracking here going through the slab. Now if I get on the other side, you can see that this is wet, especially in this area. Dig that out a little bit. You can see that's a piece of rebar running through there, likely. That's gotten rusty. That's why we're getting that discoloration right there. As that rebar gets wet, it expands, and as it expands, it's going to crack out your concrete. So that's why we have a little bit of that going on there. So we could waterproof this and get that to stop, slow down the decay or slow down the rusting and cracking at this area. But likely you're going to have some more issues over time. This big tree and all this irrigation around here, likely going to have some settlement unless you're really careful about how you get the water out of this area. This is when you know you need new paint. When it gets all chalky like that, it's time for new paint. This is all south facing. This doesn't get it nearly as much sun as it does out here. This is facing the south, so this is definitely why this is eating up, all chalky. Our window here, we have a little bit of weather stripping that's cracked out. You know, we could hire somebody to come in and try and repair that, keep that window sealed a little bit better, but the windows are operational. You can see they've got some wear and tear on the inside there. And by the front door, there's a little bit more cracking as well from moisture in this area. So we need a good way for moisture to get out of here. There's no real good grading in this area. That sidewalk actually lifts up right there. Instead of lifting up, it should drop down just to make sure we get water out of this area.